Please, please, please let it be true. We just had some unfortunate sad news that the legend Western Digital is bowing out of storage and handing over to SanDisk. And now we've got some light at the end of the tunnel, potentially, with our well-known, reliable brand, Kingston Technologies, known for the great RAM. They're actually diving in finally to the PCIe Gen5 NVMe market in 4 and 8 terabyte versions, according to the rumors. If this is true, this is great news. Let's get into this. Hey everyone, it's boy Tech back at again with some hopefully light at the end of the tunnel good news. You know, recently we had some, I always were sad because Western Digital was bowing out for the storage market, which is unfortunate because I love Western Digital. They were very reliable, always known for reliability, but now they're handing their storage over to SanDisk company, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? Times change, companies change, maybe they rearrange management to focus on other products that they make. But who knows? But they may be diving back in because now there is rumors from multiple sources online, including the articles, that Kingston Technologies themselves, the well-known, reliable DDR memory company that we all knew to love and own or had the pleasure of owning over the years, and especially their the game peripherals and whatnot. So they're diving in finally to the Gen 5 NVMe market. They're said so far to be releasing 2, 4, and 8. So far, they only confirmed or somewhat confirmed 4 terabyte and 8 terabyte variants of PCIe Gen 5. And we thought right now, before this rumor, right now that as it stands, the fastest NVMe storage devices or brands are the popular T705 by Crucial, and now finally into the market, the new Samsung 9100 Pro at 14.3K write or read and like 12 or 13K write. So is right now that's like going toe to toe with the T705 Crucial in the NVMe PCIe 5 space. And now we got Kingston. I always used Kingston in the past over the years, for especially specifically their RAM, their PC RAM for their computers. And I always liked their reliability, and I never had issues with any Kingston brands I ever owned. Kind of similar reputation or experience I had with Western Digital over the years. Very positive, very reliable. And their RAM is some of the nicest looking ones out there because they're all low profile and it's pretty much plug and play. Even the RGB stuff, the RGB RAM, I think it's called the Fury Beast, is plug and play. You don't really, you can download their control center, but you don't need to because you could control it with a motherboard or whatever. But they're known, they have a really good RAM. They were always known to have a really good RAM and really good game peripherals. And now they're finally diving into PCIe Gen 5. I'm excited. I hope they don't try to pull a Corsair and charge your arm and leg for their RAM solutions going forward, or their storage solution that they're going to release sometime this year. It's unfortunate no date is set, but it's supposed to be on the earlier half of this year. So maybe summer, maybe less, maybe sometime in spring. No specific date yet, but I know it's going to be before Q3. And they're going to release, I think they're going to start with 4 terabyte and then possibly ease out the 2 terabyte, and then somewhere in the future they put out the 8 terabyte variant, which is a massive storage solution. And they're saying, according to the rumors, that the read and write speeds are upwards of 14,800 megabits per second. That's ridiculous. Like, we thought the Crucial was fast, and then here comes Samsung with the 9100 Pro, and now Kingston say, okay, so y'all forgot about us, you forgot about the OG, so let's go dive into the Gen 5 market as well. If the speeds actually match or come close to what they're touting and what the rumors are saying, they are going to be the fastest NVMe solutions to date. However, like most people have been concerned, including myself, all Gen 5 or most of the Gen 5s tend to get really, really hot. 99% of them, when they get too hot, they throttle down and slow down the speed. So hopefully, Kingston, when they release it, they do fix all these or find ways around these problems, and it's not overly hot. I know you can blame it on not having sufficient heat sinks, but I personally don't think a storage solution should get too hot, because that's crazy. That's not going to mess with your motherboard if something gets too hot. And then you spend all this money on storage and then it burns up, and then boom, you're out to a couple $100 for whatever size you want. So I'm really hoping that they don't have the same heat throttling issues as the more recent ones. But I'm really looking forward to when they release. I'm hoping they price it sweet, because if this price is sweet and good enough and competitive enough, then they're probably going to be the go-to, not only for their RAM now, but also for their storage. Let me know in the comments below if you're looking forward to finally have someone else in the NVMe storage space, specifically Gen 5, and if you're looking forward to getting it, if its price is right, and what size are you going to get. Until then, this is by Lock Tech, signing out.